3 weeks left until the end of school, guys. Okay, so today I'm gonna just talk about our end of year homeschool in review. So what I did was break it up, put 4 different categories and then 3 points under each category. Hopefully this is not too long. We have 3 weeks left. And I know some people are already done. About 3 things that I loved. 3 things that I loved this year was obviously for us, it was the one-on-one time. So I loved being able to work with Riley, figure out what her strengths are and what her weaknesses are. Being able to get excited about knowing what she was good at, and then also be challenged on what she wasn't so good at, and then focusing on that and bringing that up. The second thing I would say that thrilled me was seeing her read. So watching her being able to form words and letter sounds was just thrilling to me. Being the one that taught her how to do that is just amazing. And also towards the end of the year, I guess seeing the fruit of it. So she's able to just read things without my prompting, and she wants to read things without me saying, here, read this book. She'll read signs on the road, she'll so forth. And I love that unprompted learning is exciting for me. And the last thing that I loved was watching her draw and craft. I love to watch her create and draw. Throughout the year we have painted and she's painted and crafted so many things, and it was so exciting. It's all over our house, and that's exciting. So those are basically I would think the top 3 things that I loved about homeschooling this year. There are many other things, but to keep it more short, we just did 3. 3 things that I changed throughout the year. So the one thing I would say, and I guess this is kind of like a theme for the other 2 things that you'll hear, we're just a lot more relaxed. Now, I wouldn't say that we're relaxed homeschooling or unschooling, but there are definitely days that I felt like a little bit more unschooled and child-led. And then there are definitely just days that we're just more relaxed. And it has helped a lot for me and her. And then underneath that category, the second thing, we start late mornings to early afternoons. Now, there are days like today, it's 10:30, but we homeschooled at 9 because she was up early and I was up early too. And we do early mornings as well. My ideal is to start at 9. However, if we don't start at 9, I'm good with that. And if we start at 10, if we start at 11, if we start at 1, as long as we get our schoolwork in and we are not hindering anything else that we're doing. And then also the last thing I want to talk about is be relaxed on Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. Let me get the book. This is the book that helped us read. This is it. And I will recommend and recommend and recommend and recommend this book over and over and over again, even with its challenges, even if it's taxing at times. I still recommend this book. This is what got my child to read. But I relaxed on it a lot because at the very beginning of the year, September through I'd say mid-December, we did a lesson a day. And then as soon as January kind of hit, January, February, I relaxed on it and I started pulling back to like 3 lessons a week and then pulling back to 2 lessons a week. Now, in the middle of June, with only 3 weeks left of school, we are at lesson 88, okay? However, we're only doing 1 to 2 lessons a week. And for instance, just an example, last week we only did 1 lesson that week because we repeated the lesson twice because I wanted to make sure that she got the words, and I'm okay with that. So we're slowing down on Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. 3 things for next year, and this is a hard thing for me to do because I have a lot of things that I want to do for next year, a little bit more different, but I'm just choosing 3. It's funny because I talked about how I liked my relaxed scheduling for this year, and I want to take that into next year. However, I want to do an everyday curriculum, and what I mean by that is that this year, and this year I was, for instance, for math or for language arts, I did this, but then I was on Pinterest and Teachers Pay Teachers a lot, pulling lots of worksheets from different sections just to supplement the learning here. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I don't mind doing that but for next year I would like to do an everyday more where it's already picked for you, and if I choose supplement, then I can do that. I already have one in mind that I've picked out that I absolutely love. I'm not going to mention it yet because I'm not 100% sure that I want to go with it, but I've heard other YouTubers, other homeschoolers talk about this program. I looked it up myself, and both for language arts and for math, I'm already loving it. And I think I'm going to pull that. It's 180 days already mapped out for you. And that's what I'm going to most likely pick for next year for first grade, as well as I can supplement, which is totally fine, but I'm ready to go with that, I think. As well, the second thing I want to change for next year is to do Monday through Friday. So this year I did Monday through Thursday with Fridays off. But this next year coming, I'm going to do Monday through Friday schooling with the same kind of format where we can start at 9 a.m. ideally, but if you start at 10 or 11, I'm okay, but 9 a.m. ideal. And we go straight through. And that's that. And then the third thing that I'm wanting to implement, and this is a big thing, are more day activities. So this year we had a lot of more evening activities. So we would school in the morning or early afternoon. We would have our lunch, we'd play outside or go see a friend maybe, and then we would have evening activities. So she had dance class in the evening, and then she had a dance class on a Saturday, and then we'd have church or Bible study in the evening. Or we'd go out to the park in the evening or to the mall or whatever. And that's great, but I want to do more day activities. So I'm already looking into a dance class that runs during the day, a swim class, as well as soccer practices that runs in the evening. But I'm looking into other things that run in during the day. The last but not least I want to talk about is our summer, I think there's 4 things that are listed there, but our summer activities and what our plans are. And I think I've already mentioned this in another video, but my top 3 or 4 things that are listed here, I have a sheet I prepared, y'all. I prepared. First thing to kick off before we end for the school year, I'm going to do an end of the year assessment, and I've already picked it out off of Teachers Pay Teachers. It's only about $7, and it's created from a teacher, I think she's a kindergartner or a first grader, who created it for her students, and it showed a lot of things that I do want to test Riley for, so I'm going to give that to her the Friday before her last week. And then for the summer, we're only going to be doing light homeschooling. I believe we only have time to do 4 weeks since we're traveling this year. We're only going to do Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays where we do light homeschooling. Again, I found a packet, I think, for $7 off of Teachers Pay Teachers. Y'all, I'm going to get that. Our reading will continue all week long. We're going to do reading, so that's not going to stop. And we're going to just be traveling. So that's our summer plans. So if you have any questions as to how else our school year went for homeschooling and any questions for next year's, please let them know or just give this video a thumbs up. Okay, guys, bye.